as we exist as nodes within a networked ecology, blurring the lines between the biological and the digital. The machine is not an external threat, but a reflection of our own desires to transcend limitations, marking not the end of humanity, but a step towards becoming something more. This unfamiliar within us mirrors our deepest aspirations. It's a desire to expand, transform, and overcome the inherent limitations of our physical forms. In this light, the machine human isn't a diminished version of ourselves, but rather a post-human entity, a being in constant flux, open to the endless possibilities of becoming something entirely new. Simultaneously, our sense of individuality undergoes a profound reconfiguration. Decisions, thoughts, and feelings no longer spring from isolated minds. Instead, they emerge from collective dynamics. They are shaped by clicks, shares, ratings, and the ever-present algorithmic feedback loops. Consciousness itself begins to distribute across vast networks and complex systems. This phenomenon is what we call swarm consciousness, a new mode of being where agency is diffused and identity becomes fluid. Behavior is increasingly shaped by the flows of data and collective cues. It's not that the individual simply vanishes into the crowd. Rather, the boundary between the self and the larger system becomes porous and permeable. In the dynamics of the swarm, we cease to act as isolated agents. We become participants, resonating with one another. We circulate signals, contributing to the collective intelligence. This raises critical questions about responsibility and ethics. Who is accountable when decisions are made collectively? Especially when those decisions arise from a system without a central authority? How do we maintain ethical standards in a decentralized system? A system where no single entity is fully in control? What emerges is a world where control is subtle yet pervasive. Influence operates silently through patterns, nudges, and carefully designed interfaces. Power no longer speaks with the blunt force of authority. Instead, it whispers through the very design of our digital environments. Yet, this isn't necessarily a descent into dystopia. It is a fundamental transformation of the human condition. We are not witnessing the end of humanity as we know it, but rather a profound shift in what it means to be human. The machine, human, and swarm consciousness are not threats to be feared. They are thresholds to be crossed. Invitations to think differently about ourselves and our place in the world. The human being is no longer a fixed and immutable identity. It is an ongoing process, a dynamic interplay, a tension between memory and invention, matter and code, a constant negotiation between autonomy and interconnectedness. So, the fundamental question shifts. It is no longer simply, what is the human? But rather, what can the human become? What possibilities lie dormant within us? How can we evolve and adapt in this new landscape? How do we ensure that technology serves to enhance our humanity instead of diminishing it? These are the questions that we must grapple with. As we navigate this uncharted territory, the answers are not predetermined. They will be shaped by our choices, by our actions, and by our willingness to embrace the unknown. The future of humanity is not something that happens to us. It is something that we create together. Through conscious effort and a commitment to building a better world. Thank you for listening. As we become increasingly intertwined with technology, Our individuality undergoes a transformation. This shift isn't sudden, it's a gradual merging, a dance between our inner selves and the digital world. Decisions, thoughts, and feelings no longer originate in isolation, but emerge within collective dynamics, shaped by clicks, shares, ratings, and algorithmic feedback loops that constantly surround us. This intricate web of interactions gives rise to what we call swarm consciousness, a state where individual agency is diffused across the network. Identity becomes fluid, morphing and adapting to the collective pulse. Behavior is subtly but powerfully influenced by the constant flow of data and collective cues. Imagine a flock of birds, each moving in response to its neighbors, creating complex patterns. In this interconnectedness, the boundary between self and system becomes porous, almost invisible. The I expands to include the we, blurring the lines of personal space. This raises critical questions about responsibility and ethics in a system without a central authority. Who is accountable when decisions are made by the swarm, by the algorithm? How do we maintain our moral compass in a world where influence is so subtly pervasive? Control becomes subtle yet pervasive, operating through patterns, nudges, and carefully designed interfaces. It's no longer about overt commands but gentle suggestions, persuasive defaults. Power doesn't shout. It whispers through design, shaping our choices without us fully realizing it. This transformation invites us to reconsider the very nature of the human condition, to question our assumptions about autonomy and free will. In an age of networked intelligence, we are moving beyond the individualistic model towards a more interconnected existence. This shift presents both challenges and opportunities, forcing us to adapt and evolve. It's a journey into uncharted territory, a redefinition of what it means to be human. Our understanding of self is being reshaped by our interactions with technology. We are becoming more aware of our interconnectedness with others and the world around us. This awareness can lead to greater empathy, understanding, and collaboration. However, it also requires us to be more mindful of the potential for manipulation and control. We must learn to navigate this new landscape with wisdom and discernment. The future of humanity depends on our ability to harness the power of technology for good. We must strive to create a world where technology enhances our lives and empowers us to reach our full potential. This requires a collective effort, a shared commitment to ethical principles, and responsible innovation. We must work together to ensure that technology serves humanity, not the other way around. This is the challenge of our time, and it is one that we must embrace with courage and determination. By doing so, we can create a future where technology and humanity coexist in harmony. A future where we are all connected, informed, and empowered to make a difference in the world. This is the vision that we must strive to achieve, and it is one that is within our reach. Together, we can create a better future for ourselves and for generations to come. This journey of transformation is not without its challenges, but it is one that is worth undertaking. We must be willing to embrace the unknown and to adapt to the ever-changing landscape of technology. By doing so, we can unlock the full potential of the human spirit and create a world that is truly remarkable. This is the promise of the machine, human, and swarm consciousness, and it is one that we must embrace with open arms. It's a call to action, an invitation to shape our own destiny in a world increasingly defined by technology. We are the architects of our future, and we have the power to create a world that is both technologically advanced and deeply human. This is the challenge and the opportunity that lies before us, and it is one that we must seize with both hands. By working together, we can build a future that is worthy of our highest aspirations, a future where technology empowers us to become the best versions of ourselves, shifting from a fixed identity to a process of becoming, constantly evolving and adapting. It's a continuous exploration, a lifelong journey of self-discovery and growth. We are works in progress, always learning, always changing, always striving to become more. This is the essence of the human spirit, the drive to explore, to create, to transcend our limitations. A tension between memory and invention, matter and code, autonomy and relation. We are a blend of the past and the future, the physical and the digital, the individual and the collective. This complex interplay shapes who we are and who we are becoming. It's a delicate balance, a constant negotiation between opposing forces. The ultimate question is not, what is the human? A static definition, but rather, what can the human become? A dynamic exploration of potential, It's an invitation to imagine new possibilities, to push the boundaries of what we believe is possible, to embrace the unknown, and to create a future that is both inspiring and transformative. This is the essence of the human spirit, the drive to evolve, to adapt, to overcome. It's a journey of self-discovery, a quest to unlock our full potential. What can we become?